Start stacking these things, have an insane boost in June. Let's talk about it. What's good, YouTube? NoGoodEman coming to you today with some June update preparation. So guys, I know that the update's in like 3 weeks and now it's kind of insane to be talking about the June update, but I do want to notice some things because I'm seeing some videos around the community, and while they are very helpful, I do think that we need to start saving these things instead of using them. But before we talk about some things you need to start saving within your Solo Leveling Arise account, make sure you guys leave a like on the video. If you're new, go to subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications to miss a live or an upload. Join over 500 supporters in supporting the Monarch Gaming to get those free codes. 2 insane codes are out right now and 2 are coming within the next week, so you don't want to miss out on any one of those. And then of course, get your daily gift, try to get those free daily essence stones. Now let's go ahead and go back to Solo Leveling Arise. What am I talking about? Well, shout out DX9K. He honestly put out a very insane video talking about the newest way to get an insane boost to your account, talking about the battle tier, whether it's through your army of shadows. So essentially how this works is you're going to go to your gem section and you would swap out any of your flat gems for percentage gems. And this is an honestly insane strategy that he found out. I'm honestly very baffled by it, but shout out to the community. The community is always going to surprise me and you guys are always going to cook up something and I'm just going to roll over out of bed and see it. But regardless, I do think that that is a very good thing that he did for the community, but I do think that it might be a little bit preemptive. And why is that the case? Well, if we go back to the trusty old Google Chrome, we can see some upcoming updates for June. So we're gonna get some new things. We're gonna get a new shadow, we're going to get additional gem slots, and then we're going to get a Battlefield of Chaos Floors expansion. So the main thing here is the additional gem slots being added. So guys, if you guys are replacing your rank 5 gems with the rank 5 gems, you're gonna have none left by the time the June update does roll around. So I want to actually tell you guys to stop replacing your gems if you are participating in this trick. Now of course, if you are not end game, if you're not late game, this advice might not apply to you because you might not even have all your gem slots filled out. But if you guys are, let's say towards the later games, you're just grinding Workshop or Brilliant Light waiting for the next content to come, you might want to just hold off on swapping out your gems right now, because as new Battlefield of Trial, not new battle, but as new Battlefield of Chaos Floors come out, you will get new gem slots as well. So use those percentage gems in those new slots that's going to come out. How many gem slots are going to come out though? I don't know. Right now we've got 8, so I can predict at least maybe 2 to 4 more gem slots we should get in each and every category, providing us an insane account boost regardless. So look forward to that. I think that's going to be a very insane boost. And then don't forget, Battlefield of Chaos will also get expanded. Now, out of all the game modes that we see right here, Battlefield of Chaos is the most lackluster and the most behind as far as the total power requirements. Battlefield of Chaos isn't hard, all right? It's not hard anymore, bro. It's at 600,000. I think that story mode Kargalgan might have a higher TP than this. Guys, it's very lackluster. So a very, and I mean a very big expansion needs to come to Battlefield of Chaos so it can be more relevant and more up to date and make players, not be dragging when it comes to playing this game mode. And in that, we should get better rates when it does come to the gems we do receive. If you can look at the rate details right here, we're getting tier or rank 4 gems, and that's, okay, but eventually we want to get the rank 5s. And I'm not gonna, speak on the leaks too much, but there are other ranks within the data mining, okay? So if you guys know what I'm talking about, essentially what I'm saying is there's going to be another rank after rank 5 gems. I don't know if it's going to release in the June update. I can't guarantee that. So don't say, I'm saying that there's going to be a new gem coming out in the June update. It might be sometime this year, it might be even next year, but it is there. So NETMARBLE can do that whenever they please. So just keep all that in mind. Eventually, I don't think we're at the point where everybody just has a bunch of rank 5s relating around. So you might not even need to do this right now. But regardless, guys, keep in mind, I could, let's say I have a bunch of flat stats right here. So I have additional defense, I could swap out. I have about 3 defensive percentage gems right here. So I could swap out, boom, I could go defense here, defense there, and then get an insane boost to my total power. But guys, gems are gonna get expanded regardless, so why waste gems? Because as you guys know, if I did want to swap out a gem, you cannot unequip gems. When switching to a new gem, the equipped gem will disappear. You guys are at risk of losing a lot, and I mean a lot of benefits to your account. So keep all of this in mind. Again, shout out DX9K. He made an insane video, and I do appreciate that, and I'm sure the community appreciates that as well. But if you're an endgame player and you don't have a lot of gems to be swapping out with, you might want to just hold off on it. Now, regardless, I do have some more things I want to talk about, some things you should be stacking on. Of course, traces of shadows. So we read it, a new shadow is going to be coming through. I think it's going to be the Arc Lick. So keep in mind, it's going to be 100 traces to extract and about 900 traces to get him all the way to general ranking. So you're looking at about 1,000 traces you would need. And then keep in mind, if you do want something like his armament weapon, I think I have all my armaments unlocked. I don't know what the requirements is to get it unlocked, but you're going to need a bunch of abyssal crystals, and then you're going to need the shadow echoes. Now the shadow echoes are easier to get, but the kicker is that you're actually going to need shadow traces to craft the shadow echo. So start stacking up on your traces. You're going to need a bunch of these, and you're going to need, of course, a bunch of advanced monocrystals. So make sure you guys are doing your gate mining after you complete your gates as a daily. And with that, that's also going to give you a army total power boost. So now, it might be a little bit preemptive. Now, I don't want to say, and this video might sound like a counter to all the videos that's been put out, and that's not what it is at all. I think that each and every video has their own purpose, and it's going to help out somebody, and it has helped out somebody. But I just want to chip in, give my own 2 cents. And then, of course, with that, skill research, next thing that's going to come in this next update is going to be skill rune amplification and blessing stone amplification. But what is that going to be? Well, honestly, I don't know, but we can theory craft. In this video, I'm going to theory craft with you guys. So if we can just talk about soul leveling your rise real quick, something that the devs often do is find a way to get rid of what whales have the most of. And what do I mean when I say this? If we talk about the melting cubes, if you looked at some whale accounts, a lot, and I mean a lot of whales had a lot of melting cubes. So what did NETMARBLE do to remedy that? They introduced the advanced fire melting cubes. They introduced advanced melting cubes, period. In that, with advanced melting cubes, we obviously would start using a bunch, and I mean a bunch of our melting cubes. And now we have, let's say, less and less and less and less to get those new weapons enhanced to level 120. Again, if we look at some other things, we're talking about these special designs. Now, special designs aren't craftable yet, but I do imagine within the next couple updates, they'll be craftable. And then we're going to be using our precision designs to go ahead and get that. And then we're going to be using, let's say, I don't know, but it might be craftable, it might not be craftable. That's a little bit of a gap side. Now, where does this come in? You can probably think of where I'm going next, but I think that the skill room amplification and the blessing stone amplification is going to use a bunch, and I mean a bunch, of powders of blessings and rune fragments. Now, I could be completely wrong, but this is a THEORYCRAFT video, so stay with me. Why is that the case though? Because it's called amplification. So it's different from synthesis in that with synthesis, you'll need the synthesis material, but I think amplification will allow you guys to take a blessing stone or a rune from rare to heroic to legendary to transcendent. And in that, I think that there might be a specific amount of blessing powder required, or there might be a new craftable material. And oh my gosh, that just sounds awful, right? When you think about it, a new craftable material. What else is new, NETMARBLE? Regardless, whatever this new craftable material is, it's going to take 2 things, I believe. I think it's going to take the advanced monocrystals, and I think it's going to take a bunch of skill runes or a bunch of rune fragments, or I said that, a bunch of skill runes or a bunch of powders of blessing, maybe 100, anywhere from 100 to, let's say, 200. And in that, if that was the case, then I could only make about 148 right now. I can only make about 209 right here, but I know a lot of other accounts have way, and I mean way less than that. So if NETMARBLE wants to find out a way to get rid of the plethora of powders and blessings and rune fragments that a lot, and I mean a lot of whales have, they're going to basically do what they did with the melting cubes. They're going to find a way for all of us to repurpose those items into the newer power creep. And that's going to be trying to get all of these new blessing stones, all of these new transcendent blessing stones, and all of these new transcendent runes. So what's the best way to do that? you introduce a way to gobble up all of the rune fragments and all the blessing powders via the blessing stone amplification and skill rune amplification. Now, if it was just that simple, I would love it. I think that there's going to be another catch that I'm not thinking about that NETMARBLE is, as a business, probably has in their mind. It might cost a bunch of gold, it might cost a bunch of essence stones, and it might cost both. But regardless, guys, what do you guys think when it comes to that theory craft? That's kind of an interesting theory on my side of things, but I was just thinking about how many rune fragments and how many blessing powder I had, and it was kind of ridiculous. Regardless, guys, those are the 3 things you should be stacking to save up for the next update. We're talking about gems, we're talking about blessing powder and runes, and then we're talking about traces of shadows. But what do you guys think? Go ahead and leave your thoughts, theories, and comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, and with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Y'all take care. Peace.